Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. Today we're talking about Stomps again. It's a low. His other low, if you start a combo with crouching medium kick, the combo will be scaled by 20%. So there's a reason to start a combo with Stomps compared to crouching medium kick. But remember that in a combo, crouching medium kick deals the same damage as before. And that is the same as crouching medium punch. So in a combo, this doesn't matter, but starting combos with, yeah. It's better to start with Stomps. It is a 9-frame move with a total of 28 frames. You'll see that the startup is 9 frames, active for 3 frames, and then 17 frames of recovery. You have another variant, which is the second one, that increases the recovery to 30 frames. It's still active for 3 frames, and between the first and the second one, there's a 2-frame gap. And then finally, the third one, which basically increases the whole target combo to 36 frames. If you're wondering about the hit confirm window, between the first one and the second one, you have a 16-frame window. From the second one to the third one, a 45-frame confirm window, and the final one is 23 frames. All of this information was taken from the Super Combo Wiki. The first one is only gonna give you a +4, which means you can't technically combo into this if you're super close. If you're not close, you need to use OD Lariat. The second one is actually minus on hit at -3. And the third one is also -2. On block, the first one is actually safe at -3. The second one is -4. And the third one is double digits. The second stomp and the third stomp can combo into Lariat or DRC. It doesn't combo into super level 2. And that is very important. No combo here. And the third one combos into Lariat, and due to the hit stop, it actually combos into super level 2. But that's a good thing, I guess. As I said before, there's a 2-frame confirm window between the first one and the second one, and also the third one. So they have 2 frames to react between each stomp. If they do press a button, the second and the third one connect as a combo, but the second one needs to connect as a counter hit for that to happen. You can also make it a meaty. I'm gonna show you a meaty setup in a few seconds. Now, what happens if you DRC? DRC's normal hit a little bit lackluster. You'll see that this only combos into that one, which is extremely low damage for how risky it is to do the second stomp. And the third stomp is a little bit better. I would say a huge amount better because you can go into headbutt. If the stomp hits counter hit, the second one, you can go into crouching medium punch. Which again is better, but you have to recognize that the hit is a counter one. They have a very curious hitbox. Let me show you the hitbox. Probably this hitbox hasn't been updated here in Ultimate Frame Data or in the Zangief wiki. Super Combo Wiki, but assume the hurtbox might be extended from here to here. With this hitbox, you can sometimes restand people and go for wacky setups if you juggle them with standing heavy kick or super level 2. But there's one person you should follow, and I'm gonna leave the link below. That one is Coupon. He's a madman with stomps. He has a lot of setups. You certainly need to follow him in order to get more out of stomps. 9 frames. How the hell do you use a 9-frame on block? Because that's the idea here. Remember that stomps are a low, and that allows you to somewhat mix the opponent because now they have to guess with back parry or down back parry if they want to perfect parry this. The only plus frame move that kinda allows you to go into it is headbutt without dry rush, and this is +4. That means if they press a button, you will lose to it. But this is probably one of the few ways you can get it without dry rush because you don't have the plus frames. With dry rush, however, on block, you can do the crouching light punch, and this is gonna be +5. And this you'll see that actually trades with crouching light punches for a +8. That means a combo. One way of guaranteeing this stomp, at least counter hit into the first one and second one, is to do a dry brush headbutt, because this is +8. So you can get that. Is the Zangief player going for the stomp, a low, or are they gonna try to press another button, like a standing medium punch? So they have to guess the perfect parry. Or you can delay the SPD, of course, or you can technically get the spine buster. It's a little bit risky. You need to dry brush and then do a micro step. If the opponent gets hit by the stomp, then things change a little bit. This is obviously +8. I wouldn't necessarily tell people to go for the stomp here, because it's a frame trap, and here you have a guaranteed damaging combo. with headbutt, hell stab, lariat. But there's one instance where I would actually recommend going for Stomp, and that is if you get the driver's crouching light punch plus 10. Because this normally goes into this, that's a natural combo. And you're gonna be plus 4 right next to them. And this is actually pretty freaking good, because you can get a regular throw here for the reset, SPD, if you want to go wild, you can go for Russian suplex even, or you can just frame trap. In terms of punish counters, this is a little bit weird because usually when you hit people with crouching light punch here and it's a punish counter, you're not in range to do the stomps. Only the first stomp has decent range. The second one and the third one have some really strange ranges, so only the first one can actually hit the opponent at ranges. As for headbutt, if you get a punish counter headbutt, that is plus 12. So here you have two things you can do. You can either go into this, the hell stab, and confirm the combo, or you can go into a sweep. And even though the sweep has been nerfed, you do have Oki for this. I won't go into details about the Oki here because that might be for another video. There you go. You do have Oki here. All of that is stomps on hit on block. How about burnout? You have the plus 8 from the headbutt. And in this scenario, specifically this scenario, what else are you gonna do? If you go for hell stab, you're gonna be plus 1 at this range. Well, stomps are actually pretty useful when someone is in burnout because you will be close enough for a spine buster, and you will be plus 1. So technically here, the spine buster can be interrupted by 4 frames. The stomps are actually, you'll see that in burnout, the 2 frame gap disappears. There's no gap now. So that is always a guaranteed 0. You can use that for a very cheeky super level 3 if you want, I guess. Now if you really want to bother the opponent, you can do this. That means you can actually get something wild, which is a trade combo into headbutt. If not, if you don't want to do anything that risky, you can just cancel the second stomp into a DRC and SPD. There you go. The hit stun is a little bit wacky, but you can do it. Or just the first stomp into crouching light kick. There you go. And from that plus 2, you can just SPD if you want, or threaten with another button. If you want a tighter thing to do, here you're gonna be plus 7. That means you can do that. And if you do get the first hit of the stomp, counter hit, that's something I don't think I mentioned. Counter hit is plus 6. This doesn't change anything because what you're gonna do is still crouching light kick into crouching light punch, or well, I guess you can do 2 crouching light punches instead of crouching light kick. There you go. Decent damage, I guess. For stomps to work, you need to be point blank. That's the sad reality of it. And there's not really that many ways for Zangief to close the gap without actually feeling that you're gonna be giving away frames or being opening yourself up for counter hits or punish counters. Because if you get something like this, it is still better to do this combo, for example, rather than go into something like this. You will be plus 8, and that will be a reset. I don't think this is necessarily a good thing, because you have other options from a standing light kick punish counter. You can even do this. There you go. That is guaranteed against buttons. They cannot press a button there. They need to backdash or jump, or reversal, of course. And you also have this. Crouching medium kick, again guaranteed damage. So I guess if you want to do this, you can. Russian suplex is a frame trap over here, or you need to delay everything you're gonna do, either spine buster or SPD. The only real combo that you can decently get from this is hell stab, and you'll see that you're doing less damage. If you want to close the gap, or if you want to use it in combos, really, even in combos, the hell stab always deals more damage than stomps. So that's another issue you have to consider. Why would you go for stomps in a guaranteed situation if you can go for hell stab lariat and do more damage? Using it, again, as I said before, instead of a combo starter with crouching medium kick. And that's still very niche. If they perfect parry this, or if they imperfect parry this, you're still gonna be minus 3. The frames don't change. So you're losing your turn no matter what. I guess if you do this, you need to commit to the second one and DRC if you don't see the hit, because, well, that's what you have, and maybe go for something like this. Crouching light punch is the other one, where I think it's actually pretty useful, because the pushback, the momentum of the drive rush, it is easier for you to hit the stomp But generally speaking, if they block the first stomp and you don't want to go into a parry from your side or super level 3, the best thing is just to go for the second stomp and DRC into this. That is actually safe. There's no gap over there, so if they're matching a Shoryuken super, you're not gonna get hit and you're still gonna be +1. It's mostly similar to standing light kick. That means if you do this, that's a frame trap. And if you really want to be cheeky, go into the third stomp, DRC. However, just remember that the combo headbutt is only on hit. That means if you go for this and you go for headbutt, you will get hit out of this, so you still need to do a frame trap. That will work sometimes, but just be wary, you're gonna be only +4. So overall, are stomps a good move? No, they aren't. They still lack speed and probably they need to be changed in terms of frames. Do you have to use them? Yes, you do. Well, it's one of your lows, probably your best low, even though what I said is contradictory, because if you're over here, what else are you gonna do? Crouching light kick to be nothing, to go into a string, crouching medium kick to do... that one actually does nothing up close, it's just a poke. So this is your confirmable low, quote unquote. Now, before I forget, I promised you guys a setup. So this is the setup. You just get a regular first spin lariat, either here, you know, the classics. First spin lariat, and you do one stomp into stomp 2, and the stomp 2 will hit meaty. See that I comboed into the third stomp from the second one? You can somewhat make this a setup because you can get the first stomp and do nothing. However, you have to notice that you're gonna be minus. Doing this is actually not a bad idea. They're not working due to the frames Zangief has. 9 frames, that's just too slow. He doesn't have the frames to usually go for a 9-framer. Also, of course, they need to change the frames on block and on hit. Well, that's wild. There you go. You can wave the second one, the first one into the second one, or the second one actually connects sometimes. It's just weird. They need to do something with those hitboxes. As for setups, I already told you, go to Coupon. He's fantastic with the stomps. A really, really good Zangief player. That's all I have for today. If you really like this video, please subscribe. Go to the Siberia Live on Twitch. I stream Zangief and other characters too. Take care of yourselves, keep playing grapplers, hydrate, and I'm gonna be seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.